Cancers, if there is a goal or a mission or objective that you've been working extremely hard to complete, it really seems like this Scorpio season will be the last leg of that journey to accomplish that goal. Welcome to your Scorpio season Tarotscope. Cancers, this is a very beautiful channel energy. I just saw kind of this cartoon crab on a beach, and like an anime or manga, it's like the little sleep bubble. So if some of you are tired right now, please rest accordingly, or even just incorporating more rest into your regime at this time. Everyone's exhausted, but rest, heal, make sure you're taking care of your body. Because then I saw this cartoon crab digging and digging and digging, and then it just reached this beautiful golden treasure chest, and then it was just like a heart that it grabbed from the chest, and it was so happy. And then all these other, I understand when I talk about these downloads, it seems silly maybe, but this is what comes through. But as the cartoon crab held the heart, all these other kind of like sea creatures were just gathering around, and they were so happy, and they were cheering on you, the crab, for all the success and for you not giving up and digging and digging and digging and getting to that goal. But before we reach that goal, of course, we need to make sure we have the stamina and the strength, and we want to be able to enjoy it, not get to that treasure chest and be completely burnt out. So whatever you've been working really diligently on, or if you're about to launch something or pursue something or whatever that may be, of course, love with the heart being represented, know that it's going to be a very benevolent outcome. Even, of course, the image of a beach being there speaks volumes of potentially going to spend more time at the beach or taking a date to that area just to be surrounded by that beautiful energy, okay? It also feels like for some of you as well, if you've been working, of course, the treasure chest, but it's like you're going to be able to look back and see it was all leading up to this moment. And all the tests or synchronicities or the signs, and you trusted that, it's like, click, this all makes sense. And this is even represented in the cards. The first three cards that we have, 8 of Wands with the 6 of Swords and the Justice card. I mean, if we're just talking about karmic retribution or everything working out in your favor, like these are the cards you want to see truly. The 8 of Wands representing manifestation, things moving extremely quickly. We're moving out of all of these retrogrades. So if things have been delayed, or you've been frustrated, or even like if your mental health has been waning, or it just feels like you've been going 2 steps forward, 1 step back, that's about to change. The 6 of Swords as well. If some of you have been waiting to travel or to move or to receive news or a visa or something, that seems like it's going to be going through very quickly. And even the Justice card, A, for things balancing. What did we just say about making sure we have the rest, honoring the feminine with the masculine? Potentially some of you moving or bumping into a Libra, or that Libra energy just aiding you very well to incorporate more balance or love and success. But third of all, any legal matters that need to be resolved, that also seems like that's going to be cleared up or advanced very quickly. So literally there'll be nothing standing in your way to achieve the goal that you want. It's even interesting too, the bottom card after I was done picking those 3, the Chariot, which is the card that represents Cancer in the zodiac. So that tells me a lot of activation. Secondly, victory is imminent. It's going to happen. Third of all, that a move or just travel, Cancers, may be on your mind, or just looking at potential opportunities to move, or that this goal that you've been pursuing is going to be the catalyst for something greater, for something more, or for that you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And this really will be a new chapter for you to begin. So lots of exciting things to look forward to. So let's see what else is coming through, Cancers. I was smiling because there's like these puppies, like these small dogs were just kind of like rolling around at the beach and just like wanting to be pet on the head and just like licking this couple at the beach. So it was really cute. So if some of you have been thinking about getting a dog or just have a dog. It's kind of like a cute energy that was coming through. Next 3 cards. Queen of Swords with the Page of Wands, and then the 5 of Pentacles. So again, as you move forward, I also want you to know what you're putting your time and energy to, and just in terms of creative pursuits, passions, things that bring you joy, or as you reach that new goal, looking ahead and also incorporating some fun. Like whenever I see the Page of Wands, it really is the start of something new, whether that be a passion project. For some, you may be looking ahead and wanting to have a child or connecting with your children in a way, but there is this aspect of creativity, or quite simply, what sets your heart on fire? What brings you excitement? What is maybe missing in your life with regards to mental, spiritual, physical excitement that you can bring in at this time? Mars, which represents passion, sexuality, masculine energy, will be moving into Scorpio on October 31st, a fellow water sign. So Mars in its domicile, in a fellow water sign, making a trine to your Cancer placements, there may be situations where you will feel very excited and stimulated, and also carving out some time to allow that energy and that playfulness into your life. And some of you may have some reservations or some triggers around sex or romance, or just simply the notion of having fun, because that kept coming through for me even from the very beginning of that crab sleeping and needing the rest, and even just allowing your hair down and having some fun. I want you to be able to incorporate both this season. And with the 5 of Pentacles near that Page of Wand, it can be like, well, if I allow myself fun and take time away from work or my massive goal or vision, there won't be enough money, or I won't be getting ahead, or this and that, all the things that the ego tells us. But knowing and having the new paradigm shift of the more I have fun, the more money I make, or I make money in my sleep, to incorporate rest, whatever that is. And for some of you that have children as well, I want you to check in to make sure that they're okay. And I mean, you might be an aunt or an uncle, or some of your kids might just be going through a hard time, whether that's physically or just mentally. Checking in with them, I think, is really going to help. So for those of you who are feeling this ambition and this drive to succeed, make sure that you're checking in. I think it might be an external child. For some, you might be your actual child, but for some, you might be your friend's child or your niece or nephew, and just checking in with them to make sure that they're okay. And I mean, generally, Cancerian energy is very maternal, very loving, but if you feel called to check in on someone and their child, I think that would be received very well, especially given that Scorpio is also a water sign, and Scorpio energy can be reclusive or private, or not wanting to share everything at once. So check in with them and make sure that you're still having fun and prioritizing a nice balance. Again, looking at that Justice card, I think the more that you incorporate both the work, but also the play element, especially with Mars and Scorpio, if you know, that'll be very enjoyable. What I did this season, Cancers, given that Scorpio does represent the underworld, our shadow self, and integrating that, I pulled out the Troth deck that I own. So I'm going to pull 3 cards that represent maybe what's holding you back, or fears or doubts around this imminent success, or just potentially another message to receive that can help you along your way this Scorpio season, okay? So let's see what's coming through here. Okay, so what's interesting, Cancer, is I just saw a giant tongue, and then it was wrapping itself around a lollipop, which was interesting. If some of you are having issues around sweets, food management, body image issues, or just weight, that's one thing to note, or even just craving something sweet in general. I think that was kind of the nod that I was giving to Mars and Scorpio, of just allowing yourself to play and indulge and allow that sacral, that sexual energy to come out. But also too, there was an energy of, I have to be careful with what I say, and maybe saying what you want and afraid that it's not going to come true, or being really confident around your friends, family, community, but feeling like you can't speak your blessings because other people may react adversely, or that you feel like you're bragging. I feel like you just, again, allow yourself to enjoy that sweet, whether that be food or the words or your success. Don't hold your tongue, essentially, was the channeled energy. And that can also be a nice nod to the throat chakra, and just allowing yourself to call in your blessings, be excited about your blessings, and attracting the right people to celebrate your wins and victories. Remember, that little crab had all the other sea creatures come and join them when they took out the heart from the treasure chest. So the 3 cards that came through, we have the Hanged Man, the 10 of Swords reversed, and then we also have the 7 of Swords. So this is also a lot of mental energy and you being trapped in your head. And this could potentially just be you always thinking the worst case scenario, you being afraid of being betrayed by other people. It's even interesting with the 7 of Swords here. You can see the moon atop of one of the swords. And I mean, it says futility. These Troth deck cards have certain names attached to them. Even the 10 of Swords, it's a ruin. It was reversed. But I do think, given that we're still in the post-retrograde shadows of Mercury at the start of Scorpio season, there's still a lot of air energy in the cosmos as we start this season. I want you just to come back to your mental health, your spiritual health. And if you're consistently thinking this is never going to work, it's all going to be taken away, I can't get excited, I can't express myself, that's really, I want you to focus. And I mean, the Hanged Man is a beautiful card of just surrendering and knowing that you're exactly where you need to be at this point in time. Whatever failures or setbacks you've experienced in the past, it's not that they don't matter, but they're all leading you to this point right now to continually grow and expand. So it's trusting and moving from your head into your body and letting go of the doubts and fears of always going back to the worst case scenario or berating yourself. And also with the 7 of Swords, I mean, there is that aspect of running away from responsibility and just being careful of who you surround yourself with. And the art of discernment is very key with the 7 of Swords. And I mean, this message came up for Pisces as well, but sometimes with the 7 of Swords, you just have to be careful of who's around you. And if you feel like you can't express your joy and your victories, that kind of tongue energy that came through in the channel, if you feel like you can't genuinely be happy and trust that if you're sharing news with certain people that they're not going to be jealous or envious, that's also something to sit with, that as you grow and evolve, that your support system, your friends and community are also going to evolve accordingly. So some things to think about, but overall, Cancers, this is a very positive, benevolent energy with things moving very quickly in your favor. All right. So that is a general reading for this Scorpio season. Of course, you can watch your rising and your moon sign Tarotscopes as well for a greater scope of clarity. If this reading resonated, please feel free to share with a fellow Cancerian. You can tag them, let them know, send it straight to them. If this reading resonated and you want to leave a tip or a donation for Stillwater Alchemy, it's always greatly appreciated. And my books are now open for the rest of October and November. So you can go to our website if you want to book in a one-on-one reading to go into these themes further, all right? Cancers, you know I love you. Have a beautiful Scorpio season, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.